All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Bus Life. What is this, beef? Yeah, this is the beef page. I'm down to one page. I'm on my last page, y'all. Except the Patreon. Y'all come to the Patreon. If y'all want a bus to never be offline, come to the Patreon where we're going to be doing lives. We're going to be doing video records and everything like that. But right now, we got a video about LeBron James said something that I thought was asinine. And he said that he wanted to only make the game 40 minutes and then he wanted to only play 65 games instead of the 85 because he's under the illusion that the game now is faster and the way that they play is causing these injuries that they're having now, these lower body injuries, these non-contact injuries. I've already told you why they're having all these non-contact injuries. But let's let some other players tell you. They've dubbed me a bust. So let's let Big Ticket tell you. Let's let Paul Pierce tell you. Because, most of people are idol worshipers anyway. And they need other people to tell them things that, Trinidad James effect. You know how that go. But here we go. This is LeBron making his claim. KG, Paul Pierce is going to tell you what they think. And then I'm going to come back and give some commentary. Hopefully I stay quiet.
At some point, like you said, it'd be a conversation that'd be brought up again, and hopefully we can kind of figure it out and get to a better place about it, because the game is different. Like, I want people to understand, and our fans to understand, that playing 82 games in the 80s and 90s is not the same as playing 82 games in the 2020s. It's just not. The way we play, the level of pace, the level of the speed that we're playing at, it's a different game now. It's a totally different game. And, it's a lot of soft tissue injuries that's happened now because of it. I hope we can get a handle on that as well, because that's big in our game. I think when I first came into, to the league, Reese, like, some of the biggest concerns of injuries was like, a high ankle sprain. You was afraid to step on somebody's ankle because there was 4 or 5 guys sitting in the paint. So, guys with athleticism, myself, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, to name a couple guys, sometimes you're afraid to take off into the lane because there was 4 or 5 guys sitting in the paint. If you land on somebody's ankle, you get a high ankle sprain, you out 4 to 6 weeks. Now that's not really much of you don't really see that as much now because the game is so spread open, it's so much pace. But now you see the new ankle sprain is the calf.
Right.
So, hopefully we can get a handle on that from a medical standpoint. But it's just a game. I just want the fans to understand that the game is a little different.
Yeah, it's different. It's watered down.
Let me say this. The original content is on Gerald Mack. Salute to him. But LeBron, your statements make absolutely no sense. And here's why. He said that he's afraid to go to the basket because there's 4 or 5 guys in the paint. That's because you soft. Way to admit that everything that we said, the reason why you should not be compared to Michael Jordan, the reason why you should not be compared to Kobe Bryant, the reason why you should not be compared to the guys of the past is that they were men. And you, my friend, sounds like you're faced with the same adversity as the guys that come before you. And you want to make yourself above them, but you're the only one who complained and changed the rules. Those other men overcame the rules based on what they were. You seem to have found a way to talk good as a bitch and get people to believe the things you're saying through Clutch Sports, through you and your marketability, and just the things that you're saying is not factual. That's why you're not in my GOAT category. The GOATs don't change the rules. The GOATs are faced with the same circumstances as everybody else, and they rise above. What is the difference between LeBron and a participation trophy kid? And I'm not talking about for his athletic ability and the things that he's done in the league. You guys can't see the game the way I see the game. All the traveling, all the things that they allow this young man to get away with, all the traveling to other teams, the things that he was able to do is unlike no other NBA player. So with that being said, you have to have an asterisk by the things that you're seeing. If it's never been done before, 41-year-olds dunking on people, and we can't explain why his testosterone didn't go as low as every other man. You can't tell me he's eating kale because I'll go eat a truckload of kale to get back in the league. You can't. I don't believe in make believe. I don't believe in a tooth fairy, and I don't believe in Santa Claus. So I just don't believe things that people tell me, and sometimes it rubs people the wrong way. So let me show you the difference between the game that LeBron is saying is so fast paced and so upbeat. Look at what happens when LeBron James goes to the rim when he's playing in today's game. And I'm going to show you the difference between the game of the old school. And you tell me which one is more fast paced, physical, and that you can't play 82 games. This is LeBron on a regular layup where he's the one that initiates most of the contact. The guy does get his arm above LeBron's shoulder, but this is a regular, easy, everyday foul. LeBron James acts as if the guy unalived him. He's showing elbow, he's crying, he's whining, he's wincing. This is not a more fast-paced game. This is not a more physical game. This is just what we see more of today. A bunch of people crying and whining about things not going their way. So let's go to another play. Let's go to another scenario. LeBron James said the game is so fast-paced and you can't play 82. There's no way you can play 82 games today because the game is just unbearable. You just can't. Okay, let's see. This is LeBron James at 40. This is Michael Jeffrey Jordan at 40, a guy who I played with, who I would have lost respect for. I don't care what y'all say about MJ's resume. I don't care what you say about what he done in the past. No one cares about that. That's not the way life is set up. You can't get married and tell your wife, girl, I used to pay all the bills. She going to say, well, get your ass out now because you don't pay them now. Life goes off of what you've done for me lately. I don't do the idol worship. There's an expiration date for everything. Milk is good as hell when you first bring it into your house. But at some point, you leave it in there too long, it gets spoiled. So that's what I think has happened to LeBron Ramon James. He is spoiled. You guys have given him everything. You let his son go into the league. So I would have lost respect for Michael Jordan if he had not stuck to the true principles of the game, which is hustle, make your teammates better, which is get back on defense, and that the team above everything. If it's better for you to score and take over from offensive standpoint, cool. If it's better for you to play defense and be less on offense, cool. MJ embodied all those characteristics. So let's see. MJ at 40, LeBron at 40. LeBron just standing out shooting threes. The lane is wide open for him to go around in a circle and run up and miss. This is what he wanted. He's complaining about a game that he actually coerced people to play this way. Now look at MJ. MJ just gets to a spot, turn and shoot. The reason why guys in the past don't get hurt because they don't do all this back jumping on your calf and all this dumb shit just to score 2 points, just to score 3 points. It's the same bucket if you go up and dunk it or if you catch it and do that. You don't have to step back, jump, hop three. That's how you're popping your calf. And then you guys don't even practice. Look at MJ, 40 years old. He's not flying and leaking out like LeBron. He's playing the right way. LeBron wanted this weak style of basketball. Look at this. Paint wide open for you to do this garbage. It's not a better style of play. Now, let's debunk the myth of LeBron talking about going to the basket. He's scared to go to the basket. That's another reason why you're not to go. This man played 82 games several times in his career dealing with this, LeBron. Dealing with this. I think you would have went to the hospital after that play, LeBron. You would have went to the hospital after that play. You would have act like a guy broke your neck on that play. And this man went over and over and over again. But you want the accolades of being called the GOAT without having to pay the price. You ran to another team and got up under another man, other men, while MJ went through this, got stronger, went to the weight room and got better. Even though this, I agree, you shouldn't have to go through all these type of fouls, but you don't have to change the whole game and take power forwards out of the lane just because you soft. You do this. You persevere. When there's obstacles in your way, as a man, you persevere. You don't whine to Adam Silver to get him to change the game. They literally tripped this man, knocked him out the air, all because he was that good. Every time he went to the basket, he got hit. But LeBron, the crybaby James, tells you that because of pace, you can't play 82 games today. When a man you saw got knocked out the air, got clipped, tripped, elbowed in the chest, and he still played 82 games. Soft. That's his problem. Preparation is the problem. You want to have guys sit back, shoot jump shots, don't play basketball. They do not practice in today's NBA. They look good. They're in shape. They're like YMCA type of players. I look good for 43 years old. I can go out and get in shape. I can go to the park. I can go work out and run, and I can make my body sculpted to where you think I can look like I can play NBA basketball. And guess what I'm here to tell you? I will never get back in enough shape to play NBA basketball. It is not for old men. It is not for every man. It's for specific guys that's willing to put their body through things that other men are not willing to do. And that comes through practice. Sometimes your best games happen in practice. Sometimes your grueling moments and the things when you figure out who you are in practice. Anybody out here who's a fighter, anybody who ever took a boxing class or a karate class or anything. I took one boxing class and you learn right away. You don't run into a fight real quick. You know why? You done got your ass whooped in practice so much. You know you ain't the best dog in the yard. You fight less when you train more. The more discipline you get out of skill, you do it less. So fighters who fight and train, they understand, oh shit, I'm gonna fight less. So we got to prepare ourselves for the things that we're doing. And in basketball, if you take out sparring and fighting, that's just like the equivalent of taking out running up and down the court playing basketball. We can train. I can go get a trainer and look good. But if I don't go and play basketball, and I'm comparing that to a sparring that fighters do, when you go to practice and you play up and down, you're going to have some good days and you're going to have some bad days. You're going to learn your teammates. You're going to learn to trust your teammates. They're going to earn your respect by kicking your ass sometimes in practice, because it ain't about the name on the back of the jersey when them lights go off and we just in here rolling the ball out and playing. Sometimes guys that sit the bench just waiting on the opportunity, guess what they do? They kick the starter's ass. And therefore, the starters start learning like, okay, I got to respect this man. He's still an NBA player. You know what I'm saying? I know what this guy can do based on what he was doing in practice. And what you see a lot of guys doing in NBA games, they're not trusting their teammates. You know why? They haven't built that callus through practice. They haven't seen their superstar get challenged by a younger player, and then that superstar responds in the right way, not through yelling, not through intimidation, through playing the game that you know and love. Everything gets resolved on that hard wood. And when you don't practice and you just do individual workouts, you just have superstars sitting on the side, that is not going to make for a better league. And for the last 15, 20 years, that's what guys have been doing. Superstars sit on the side. They load manage. They come in and just shoot jump shots. They come with their individual workouts and their trainers, and that's not helping the team game. They're popping their Achilles. They're popping their calves, jump back threes just to get a three-point shot when Reggie Miller just came off a pick and went straight up. That's why they can play 82 games. They don't have to travel and take 250 pounds and jump to a spot just to get a shot. They drove to a spot and pulled up with grace. All this stuff you're seeing, it's like a video game. But let's get into what Kevin Garnett and them said.
Because of you, they changed the game. So it's no power forward. They just spread the game all out so you can get to the rim. They allow you to offensive foul. That benefits you. They allow you to travel. They gave you 2.5 steps now. It used to be 1.5 steps. And these guys are dribbling. And as long as the ball is rotating on their hand, they going, all right, I ain't started my steps yet. And now they taking 5 steps. Like, that benefits him because his fundamentals ain't that good. He be traveling. I've watched LeBron travel his entire career. And it's like, yo, dog, you are trying to destroy the game even more. All of his suggestions, it only benefits him. But he's acting like, oh, yeah, we need to do this for the game. No, you want them to stop playing 82 games so you can stay in the league, so it make it easier for you. They had to add rules in so you can get awards. That wasn't always around. That's doing LeBron reign, where they got to add rules in. Like, hey, you ain't playing 65 games, you don't get no awards.
And what he's saying is 100% facts. They had to change the rules of the game. And I don't know why they don't act like they don't know that. They took power forwards out of the lane so LeBron cannot be contested at the rim. That's all that is. To try to act like it's worse, that, well, okay, you're a big guy. Have your big come meet my big. And then we'll see where the rubber meets the road. What LeBron said is, oh, God, I'm athletic and I'm big, but I'd rather have an advantage. Put your big way out by the three-point line again with my big, and then maybe I can get to the basket and dunk. And every time you see him play now, what does he do? He's looking for the advantage. Let me dribble between my legs. 1-5 pick and roll, 1-4. He gets a guard on him. Oh, shit, he tough shit now. And that's it. He wants an advantage. And that's not what old school players did. They accepted every challenge. MJ don't give a damn what size you are. Kobe, none of them, because they're sticking to the principles. If I get to this spot, there's nothing you can do with the skill set that I got. Kareem, I'm getting to this spot, right or left shoulder, and there's nothing you can do with this skill set that I have. That's not the skill set that LeBron has. I'm going to leak out early. I'm going to be the fastest locomotive. I'm going to be the player with the most longevity. And now I'm going to tell the league we should lessen how many games we play, and we should take away from we should lessen how many games we play. That's one. And we should lessen the minutes of the game. What? So he can play longer and increase the stats when he's already just standing around on the court. LeBron don't play defense. He don't play 82 games. So if he stretch it out, getting 20 points a game, who's going to catch his record? And all he cares about is record. He don't play with grace. He don't know how to attack the basket. He don't know how to read the defense and go to his spots and work on that stuff that it needs, that DNA that you need that comes through practice, hard work, and grinding. LeBron would have been out of the league 7-8 years ago if he'd have practiced like that. That's why I can't give him the respect that you guys give him. It has nothing to do with hate. I've been around it. And if you haven't been around it, then you don't know. And there's nothing you can tell me because you don't know what I know. You haven't been there to watch people prepare for that big moment. Am I saying I'm the guy that handles the last shot and I'm the big moment guy? I'm not saying that. I'm saying I've been around the guy that I didn't even understand it. Why are you out here by yourself going this fast, simulating? Because I didn't know what he was doing. Guys speeding and going to this spot, fading away. They're remembering where they're getting double teamed at in certain spots on the floor, where they like the ball, probably where they're going to end up and where they can find a shot. Because when you get paid to be a superstar, you do not get paid to do anything else but win. So they took that serious. So they would simulate the game, find a way to still get their shot off, even through a double team, because there's no excuse. When they pay you that type of money, give you that type of responsibility, it's your job to win. LeBron has flipped this thing on upside down. That he gets paid to win. He gets the accolades of a winner only when they win, but he accepts no responsibility when he loses. No media personnel say it's LeBron's fault when he loses. It's always go get the other best players in the league, bring it over here to him so he can always look great. And that's what's sad. That is cheating the game. LeBron James has cut corners his entire career. When you have guys that get traded to Cleveland and get traded to teams that LeBron is on, and their biggest gripe is that they don't practice, that wins my argument right there. Nobody can tell me that Kwame don't know what he's talking about. You're about to see in this video.
So now he don't even want to play the 82.
Doesn't matter if I'm sick. It doesn't matter if I have a sprained ankle. I need to go out there and play.
Maybe it's time to retire. He made another suggestion. Hey, dude, in the All-Star, how about we get 30 days in between the All-Star? Give us a big break. LeBron, if you don't enjoy the All-Star, if you need a big break in the All-Star, if you can't play the 82 games, these are signs that you need to retire.
Yeah, that's a sign when you don't love it no more. When it ain't fun to you no more. When you play a game that starts to feel like work, it's time to go. There was a time that I enjoyed practice. I enjoyed the pain that came with the game. I enjoyed knocking a motherfucker on his ass. I enjoy everything felt good. It's gonna hurt you more than it hurt me because I'm the one delivering the blow. I'm the one running into. But when that hip start acting up, when that hamstring and that knee, when you have things that tire start busting every time you try to get that car going. Anybody who understands the game, you understand. Damn, this shit ain't that fun no more. This shit hurt me. It's starting to hurt me more than it hurt you. When you got to find a reason to get up and go do it. When you're starting to get them little ailments for no reason, them little aches and pains, okay, it's time to hang it up. It's a young man's game. You can't run through that wall no more.
It ain't just with basketball, with anybody, no matter what y'all do. When you are somewhere and you don't like doing something that you used to like. So he used to like going to the All-Star game, but now I've been there so many times, it's nothing. Now, Kevin Garnett, Kenyon Martin, they going to give suggestions on how these young dudes can stop getting hurt. It ain't the 82 games. And to be honest, it ain't all on LeBron either. It's a combination. It's two people, LeBron and Adam Silver. That combination, when LeBron retired, Adam Silver need to step down. They need to go together. Like a head coach and a quarterback that been playing together for 20 years. Coaching and the quarterback been playing for 20 years. They need to go together. When one leave, the other needs to.
They give us a booklet on what to do and what not to do.
That's how Adam Silver is.
I just want to say that.
The other needs to leave. Steve Kerr and Steph Curry. When one go, the other need to go.
But I just want to say that, they give us a booklet on what to do and what not to do.
That's how Adam Silver is in LeBron. Like, dude, that combination with Adam Silver doing the rule changes, with them speeding up the game by changing the clock. Listen, if y'all can't play 82 games at this pace and playing with that watered down style, because that's one of the reasons the pace is high. I'm gonna give y'all an example. Phoenix Rose, the next thing, this is his young kills a ring. Keep getting hurt. Listen to what he said.
What is the problem with the lower body of the players in the last few years? Achilles for jumpers? That's the strongest part of your body.
It's the way they work out. Russell Westbrook never gets hurt, right? You know why? He ain't doing that safe training band work, man. He ain't doing it that way. He play up and down. He's been running around, same speed, same athleticism, same that all these other dudes doing. It ain't the shoes. It's how these dudes training, man, and lack of. They're working on their game. Cool. What are you doing for your body? The way I play the game, right? Athletic, explosive, jump out the gym. I ain't never had a calf injury. I ain't never had a hamstring injury. Nothing. 4 years of college, 15 years in the league. You know why? Because I trained a certain way.
But you still got hurt.
I didn't have a soft tissue injury. Nick, what are you talking about? The sport that we're playing, you got to train a certain way. They're not doing that.
Kenyon Martin said it's the.
I wish these guys, when Kenyon Martin is trying to teach, I wish they wouldn't have Nick and Gil there to be adversaries or to be contrary to him in order to frustrate him, to get him loud and get him, because I think they're starting to equate Kenyon with being loud and being this aggressive guy as being wrong. They're starting to paint a picture of certain type of men as Neanderthals, and if you're loud, if you're not this one size fits all meat type of man, then somehow you're emotional and you're not a man. I'm here to tell you that's false. There's no one size fits all man. And Kenyon Martin was right with what he said. It's the way that they're training. They do not play basketball. How he basically saying what I was saying when I gave the sparring analogy. When you're a fighter, you have to do road work. You run, you do all that stuff. But if you don't spar, if you don't get hit in your shit, how are you going to be prepared and you don't deal with the trauma of getting in that situation where you could be in trouble and figure it out? These guys are not taking the lumps and going through the grind of getting their body used to and prepared for going up and down. Most of these guys don't even want to lift weights. And if they do lift weights, they're doing it before practice. We never lift weights like that. If we came in, we lift weights before practice, we got ourselves loose and got ourselves ready to play. We played, but we got a real lift after practice. You can do some stuff before practice, but the way that you want to train your body, you want to push past fatigue. Playing basketball is a crazy thing. Up and down like that at that speed, at any speed, with this weight and height, your body's not made to do that. So you got to train your body to fail and push past fatigue. Playing a sport, you can't just be like a guy who's in shape at a YMCA. You're different. You trained for this. So you have to do the small nuances and the things that you need to do in order to be trained. So you have to practice. You have to do individual workouts, not in a line full of 10 people like they do now. And they're all just working on their cute stuff and they all just working on one-legged threes. No, we used to work out for 45 minutes by yourself with a trainer. You used to go lift before practice, 45-minute session by yourself with a trainer, practice, and then after practice, you're lifting and working on your calf, you're working on your hamstring, hips. Your hips are one of the most important things that they don't talk about. Before you get to your hamstrings and all that other stuff, your hips and your core got to be right. It's guys that got beer bellies in the league. They don't have no hip training, no core training. What does that do? It transfers down to your knees, hammies, hips, everything else. When your core is not stable, when your hips are off kilter and these things like this, nothing else is going to be in play. So that is their training. It has nothing to do with the style of play. Everybody running around doing this Dan Tony style of play that does not win, does not correlate in the championships. It's just drive and kick, shooting threes. It look good. I mean, it gets the results. The fans want to see it, but it's not the right style of basketball. And I hope we go back to traditional style basketball so you can save these guys hamstrings, save their quads, save their Achilles, because running around, not using your bigs, only making them run pick and roll, doing these big jumps to get a shot off, that's just a lot. That's too much. It don't take all that to drive to a spot and pull up and shoot.
Training. They can still play 82 games. They got to train for that. That's what they're saying, that these guys ain't training. This is also another thing that the whole time he was playing with LeBron, he came out there coming from Boston and he like, yo, we don't practice. So he's saying, yo, y'all not working out right. They ain't hitting the weights right, but they ain't practicing either. It's all skill work, individual work. And that's the same thing Kevin Garnett is talking about. KG, an all-time great. Make that change, man. Kenyon Martin had a great career. Make that change, man. So y'all don't get them soft tissue injuries, man. Got to hit them weights. But let's listen to KG.
Some of the trainers were talking about the lack of calf raises for some of the players to end their workout. Bro, we used to end a workout, especially on a leg day, calf raises. This is how I'm speeding up. This is how I'm stopping. This is my whole wiggle. If your calves ain't here, and on top of whenever I go to finish, I got to be athletic enough to finish, right? Bro, when you start breaking that down, like this is what Ticket talk about, that they out of shape. We practiced every day. We went up and down every day. Like a game.
Like a game.
Practice.
So we 5-on-5 pretty much the whole season.
With drills.
With drills. And so now they come in and they doing a lot of individual work.
With a trainer.
You know, so a lot of our shit was game speed. Right.
With a trainer.
Hey, KG telling y'all, nigga, 5-on-5, game speed with a trainer. He telling y'all how it was back then. You had to do individual workouts. You coming in there knowing you had that lunch pail type of mentality. And KG was named the big ticket. They didn't let KG go sit on the sideline. It don't matter if you're named the big ticket. In order for us to win big ticket, we need to cash that shit in right now in practice, because it's going to be the lottery when you win it in the game. And so how you work in practice is how you're going to prepare for the game. These guys are bull crapping in practice, so you see bull crap games. And that's what it is. Like, they do not play basketball. Go let the Lakers open up the practice facility. When I was there, you can watch us practice. Watch them practice, and you'll see LeBron on the side, Luka on the side. Who else is a guy? Maybe Austin Reeves now. And you'll see the rest of the team, the young guys working out. Everybody else, they're chilling. And that's not good for a cohesive unit that's trying to win a championship. It's not going to happen.
And then in the summer,
At half speed.
right.
For 30 minutes.
Right.
But then they're going to go play a 2-hour fucking game and think they're going to play.
In the summer, we play ball.
Ball,
We
hard.
play 5-on-5.
For 7 hours.
In the summer, they individual work every day.
For 30 minutes. With one trainer.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the same shit.
And that right there, my friends, I know y'all don't think that's important. That right there is the difference. You got to have hoopers hooping. They don't even look like hoopers. When I played, I looked like a hooper. I was skinny all the time, except when I was injured. Other than that, that's why I say about that big back. When that back big, no bueno. That back got to be big through strength work and through training and through running. So if you got that big back, you got to have that cardio to go with it. And a lot of these guys do not play basketball. They work out. They work out good. They look good in individual workouts. That's why you can see Bronny James and guys hitting all these shots in workouts, but when they get in the game, they can't hit the broad side of the barn because you got to get used to dealing with playing defense and transitioning to offense and playing defense and stressing your mind and your body out and then still being able to do your job. You can't do your job. How you know you're going to be able to do your jobs in a controlled setting every time? Okay, we're going to come off this pick. We're going to hit this shot. There's no adversity. There's nobody elbowing you in the side. There's nobody chucking you. You hadn't had to play defense. Your legs are not tired. How you know you're going to hit this shot? You have to simulate and reprogram these games. You have to re-simulate these games in practice. And guys are not doing that. So you're seeing a watered down product because the lack of plan, the lack of focus, and the lack of training.
Like, what are we talking about here? Bro, motherfucker do a whole workout an hour by himself. I come in here, it's 5 niggas in one workout doing 30 minutes. Bro, this is not the same shit, bro. No. Then he gonna go run Red Mountain and try to kill himself.
Yeah, that's why Ticket, you had a pretty, like, memorable...
I got to go out to Tracy McGrady. I got to go out to a real nigga in fourth quarter, and I'm tired of my legs done. How do I simulate that? I got to go play against people like this, and then I got to take my body and try to kill it. Because when you, listen, I'm going to tell you something. This is what them motherfuckers don't tell you about game 4 or game 5 or game 7. When you in mud and they come down to LO and they call a triangle, you got to stop LO from getting Lloyd, and I'm stuck in mud and my legs ain't even, and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I get to the huddle and 3-4 niggas is falling out. Motherfuckers don't want to play no more. Like, bro, you can't simulate this. This is the foxhole you in. So you try to put yourself in simulate. He would go to, what's the dunes you go to?
Oh, yeah, the dunes over there in Manhattan Beach.
I'm going to the opposite dune where it look like a whole mountain. He doing that when I'm doing this one. We both talking shit about what it takes to get to the top. He talking about how he threw up. I talking about how I threw up coming down. He threw up on the way up. Like, Lord, who training like this? And why y'all training like that? Guess what? We get to the fourth quarter, we looking fresh. We dapping. Yeah, nigga, you remember that? Right. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what we doing.
That was fire. Because he broke it all the way down.
Yeah, man. That was fire. You know what I mean? And I don't need props. I don't have to be the guy who said this first. I don't care. But I share the same opinion with KG and Paul Pierce. Guys don't practice. They don't put the grind work in. They don't put the grunt work in. Everything is for y'all to see on Instagram. I don't like that I see athletes only showing their workouts, their jump shot. You got to show when you don't want to come. Show your bad days. It ain't all good. Show when your legs sore and you got to run wind sprint, or don't show it because everything ain't for the camera. When you throwing up, when you going through adversity, when you persevering, you don't want that on camera. You want to be able to grind and you want to be able to show them the finished product. And everybody having a camera everywhere, they're not showing you no grind work. I don't see the grind. When those guys get up there on Instagram and just shoot jumpers and one-legged threes, I'd be like, this is why the league fucked up right here. So that's just my opinion. Opinion of a bust shouldn't matter to you. You shouldn't want to flag my channel, but it's still my opinion. But we're going to do all the smoke Sunday right after this. So y'all enjoy this video. If y'all haven't figured it out by now, yes, this is a pre-record. The slow ones, this is a pre-record. The pond water slow, this is a pre-record. So after this pre-record, I'm going to try to time it up to where we do all the smoke Sunday. Let's get it in. Y'all turn up, enjoy this video. And yeah, I'll be back at y'all in a minute. I'm up out of this thing. I'm gone.